What's going on, boys?
Not much. We're chilling in our studio.
Hey, man,
Uh,
thank you guys for making the time today. I
yeah, of
appreciate it.
course. Hey, thanks for having us.
Of course, man. So, what are you guys working on, or is it top secret type of thing in the studio
No,
right
no,
now?
it's not. We've been working pretty hard on this new project that I guess we've been working on the concept of it for the last like 4 years. But over the last like 6 months, we've really been going in, and this album's called Red Future,
Nice.
and it's about Indigenous futurism meets uh like the in order to preserve our future, we must be able to find our old ways, go back to our old ways, and find worth in that.
Hmm.
So it's pretty much like Indigenous futurism, though.
Okay, cool. So this must be a topic, obviously, that is heavy on you guys' mind right now. I mean, just we just recently had National Day of Truth and Reconciliation as well. Maybe if you could speak on that and sort of how you feel the issues are going so far.
I mean, you see how it's going. Like we talk about truth and reconciliation, and yeah, we are being put into the media a bit more, maybe a bit more recognition for people like us, but that has nothing to do with truth and reconciliation, in my opinion. It has more to do with the work that we put in, on ourselves, and the work that we've been doing like forever, and now we're finally getting shine on different situations and different movements, and for us, like music, like it's finally cool to listen to native rap, shit like that. But like when it comes to truth and reconciliation, they're still building pipelines on indigenous territory. They're still taking advantage of this native land that they live on, and all they really do is give a land acknowledgement. So like, and that goes right down the line to Justin Trudeau. I mean, like, actions speak louder than words, and for truth and reconciliation, it's mostly about action. Like the truth is the first part, and then you got to take action. So
Hmm.
I mean, like that's so like truth and reconciliation to us, it's not really on us to do. It's for allies and settlers to kind of figure that one out.
Yeah, and our job is to keep decolonizing,
Yeah.
and to keep healing and growing. Like reconciliation isn't really on us.
I completely agree. Obviously, you guys, it's a great season for you as well as a group because you guys have your major label debut, of course, with I Got Paid Today. Congratulations on you guys' deal and you guys'
Thanks.
single. Yeah, man,
Thank
huge stuff. It's been incredible to watch you guys, man. What can you tell us about the single and the video too? Because the video goes crazy and it's pretty different from what you guys have
you.
done.
Yeah. I mean, we were on tour.
Yeah, so we actually started working on that single like around this time last year. We were on the road. Boogie the Beat produced it, so we're on the road together. We had a day off, so we're just like, man, let's just cook up some. So we cooked up that in the hotel room. And
Wow.
yeah, and we eventually recorded it. And when it came time to shooting the video, like we were on tour, we were opening up for this band called Pup, like dope punk band, dope as hell. And yeah, we had like a few moments and time to kill, so we're just like, well, instead of making like a visualizer, let's just make like a cheap camcorder music video.
Yeah, we kind of got the inspiration from a TikTok that I seen. I was watching like transitions from uh camcorder footage
Hmm.
to like like the new iPhone 14 and showing the difference. And it just kind of like it kind of reminded me of like the old Thrasher skate videos from
Yeah,
back
for
in the
sure.
day. And I was like, you know what? Like that's like you said, we didn't want to just do visualizers, seeing how like if we brought our videographer out there, we could probably get it for a relatively good price if we just went with two camcorders and one guy on film and then have him direct and everything. So we're already on the road and we're like, okay, let's just he's gonna be here anyway, shooting our shows. So let's just make a video on our time off. And yeah, we went shopping.
I love that, man. And
Yeah.
it's such a fun, creative song. It's curious to me how, like, you guys mentioned you wanted to make a cheap video, quote unquote, but like it looks so proper and it looks so cool. I
Yeah.
mean, is it a trip to you guys that as the cameras in our world get more advanced and more HD, people want to film sort of more camcorder style and maybe go back
Yeah.
to that style?
I mean, like it's not easy. Like it looks expensive because of Sterling.
Mm.
Right.
So shout out Sterling.
Shout out to Sterling. That's our dog, man.
Yeah, and the reason why it looks so expensive is because of how good he is at what he does. And when he does his like everything in post and he does all his edits and everything, he makes it look like $1,000,000. So like yeah, like that when we say we wanted a cheap video, we don't mean cheap. We wanted something that that was available in front of us and Sterling made it happen, you know?
Yeah, no doubt. I
Yeah,
mean,
it just when we say shoot, we just more mainly talking like it wasn't full production. There wasn't like 30
yeah,
people. It was just us and Sterling. But
for
yeah,
sure. I mean, having the right people around you to, manage these details has to be crucial as well. Obviously you guys are major label now. How does your process today compare to sort of the beginning? Like, were you guys handling all your own videos, all your own
yeah,
editing? At first you were.
yeah, definitely. Like we had him on production, and like if we did videos, like we kind of like graduated into like meeting people and having them help us. But at first, I was doing them, but I'm not gonna say I was good or nothing. That kind of sucked. So like I used to handle the merch. He used to handle the music. And yeah, I handle the booking. So like we've been out of that for a long time already. So like
Yeah.
we've had a solid team around us. We have our agents, we have our manager, we have our distribution company, and now we're just with Sony. And it just like makes our team just that much bit better and bigger and just gives us that much more support. So like we've already been out of like that realm of music for quite a while. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's nice to see the support that we're getting and seeing how excited people are to hear this new album.
Definitely. I mean, does it sort of change the creative process? I know you guys have, like you said, you've been in this mode for quite a while, but does it make it easier for you to make the music you want to make when you don't have to worry about sort of non-musical details at the same time?
I mean, it definitely helps, but for us, it's just business as usual. Like
Yeah.
we're still gonna, like we come into the studio like Monday to Friday, sometimes on the weekend, and like we put in full work days. You know what I mean? Like nothing's really changed. We still keep that same work ethic. And whenever it does come down to that stuff, we give our 2 cents, and like that's about it.
Yeah. And so like, yeah, me and D are still on the creative side of everything. And they uh they kind of just guide us in the direction that they feel that we should go. But at the end of the day, we have control in what we do. So everything at this point has just been suggestions. And if we don't aren't really about it, then they're cool with that too. So there's a lot of give and take with the relationship that we have with the people that we work with.
Definitely sounds like a cohesive team.
Yeah.
The other
Sure.
thing I love about you guys, man, and our last interview, I put up a clip of you guys explaining where you got your name, and I got so many comments from people saying this touched me. You guys are my heroes. You guys changed my life with what you guys are doing.
Yeah.
If you could, and you even mentioned that in your latest song as well. So if you could speak to the reaction that you get from people and inspiring other folks in your communities.
Yeah, man, like, like we when we first started this, we did first and foremost, we do this for ourselves. And, music is a tool for it's a tool for us to get over trials and tribulations and celebrate ourselves, and at first it was a healing tool to get us over some serious trauma in our lives.
Yeah.
Because like when we do this, it's kind of like when we make music, it's kind of like an open letter to ourselves and then the people that come after us. So like the next generation, that's who we're trying to inspire here. So that's who our music is for. So when you have like those res kids that come up to you and be like, yo, your music, and then they mean it when they say it, like your music saved my life.
Yeah.
And they get like tattoos of our lyrics on them and like really heavy shit. And just seeing the reaction from people like that and just seeing how much we affect their lives with just the power of our words and our creative and what we do. It's just so inspiring, man. It just makes us want to like keep going. And that's kind of like why we're making Red Future.
Yeah.
It's just from being
Yeah.
inspired by these youth that are inspired by us.
Yeah. And like we put our heart and soul into everything, right? So whether it's we going out to perform or whether it's we're making a new song, it's like as long as this can have a positive impact on somebody, that's Like, what more can you ask for? You
For
know, and
sure.
like for us growing up, there wasn't really. I mean, there were indigenous artists, but there was not any shine on it. You know what I mean? So to be able to live in today's age where kids could go on social media and they could see indigenous artists that it's like, hey, like they look like me. They're from like I come from the same place, and our biggest inspiration is to just inspire them to be great at whatever it is that they choose to do in life.
Yeah, 100%. Obviously you guys have toured through the States as well as Canada. Is there a different connection to that sort of identity of you guys and your artistry in the States? Because I know there are still reservations in the States, but it's very
Yeah.
much different, right?
I mean, it's different, but it's the same. Like in my opinion, like we're all the same people. At the end of the day, we come from the same. We come from the same traumas. We come from the same families, same lifestyles. And like, yeah, of course, like the politics and shit are different, but the people seem to be very much like us. And
Yeah.
yeah, they're very receptive to our music, and they make us every time we go into someone's city or res or wherever we go in the States, they make us feel right at home. And that's what I mean. They're just like us. Like they're very inviting and they're very welcoming. And yeah, they just support us just like people do here.
100%. What are some of the shows or sort of appearances that you guys are excited to go do? I've seen you guys on tons of different shows,
Yeah.
YouTube
I'm
channels like
excited.
On the Radar.
I'm excited to go to Tacoma,
Nice.
Oklahoma. I'm excited to go back to Toronto. Haven't been there in a minute. But I'm also excited to go to like all those like small marketplaces. Like this next tour is just trying to get us into places that we've never been.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to just see what it's like for us, like playing shows where we've never played before.
What's the hardest part of going out on tour, doing those shows on a nightly basis to keep that well-oiled machine running?
Yeah, it's just
Time on the road.
yeah. I mean, it's time on the road, but it's just the passion and the love for it is what keeps us going. You know what I mean? Like whether it's a city we've never played in before, and the turnout may not be the greatest. You know what I mean? But we love the grind, you know what I mean? That's what we live for. And a lot of people nowadays aren't willing to do that. You know what I mean? Like we've seen like some artists out of here in Vancouver that did that for like years and years, where like only 20, 30 people would show up to the shows. And now that artist has like a cult following.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? With like over 1 million subscribers on YouTube, like a diehard loyal fan base. And that comes from all the years of like doing shows where like the turnout ain't so good. You know what I mean? And we've had our fair share of those too. You know what I mean? And but I wouldn't have it any other way. You know what I mean? So when you do have those big sold out shows, you appreciate it that much more.
Yeah, because the first time we ever went to Seattle, we did a show out there, and we played in front of a small bar. There was still probably like 50, 60 people there.
Yeah.
But like our last show in Seattle, we did like what, 650, 700?
Yeah.
Yeah, and like,
Wow.
and it just grows, and like, like we did a show in Albuquerque, there was like 800 people there, like things like shows just keep growing and keep growing. And the discouraging part of it is like, you go to a place like San Jose on Halloween night and there'll be like 15 people there. And that shit is discouraging, especially when you have to drive 8 hours to get there and then another 8 hours out. It's exhausting.
But it must be incredible to see, the crowds grow when you go back to a city too.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
awesome.
And that's the thing. Like the first time we did Boise, there wasn't very many people, and Boise's not really like, it's not a big market, but like it's a nice city to stop in along the way, because like we said, like the road is fucking long.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's you need to stop somewhere, and Boise is a beautiful city for that. And like, yeah, our fan base is growing in every city that we stop at. Each time that we come back, it keeps growing and growing and growing, and that's just how it is. But yeah, I would have to say like just those 8-hour, 12-hour days on the road.
Yeah.
Those are what I despise about being on tour.
Just to get to the show.
Yeah.
By the way, I got a sneak peek of you guys' track that's going to be coming out on the 24th, 96 Bulls featuring Dreezus. Song goes insane, man. I know people are going to love this track. What can you tell us about this collab with Dreezus?
Yeah. I mean, it kind of everything that we do with them kind of comes naturally. But I guess I'll let Dee speak about like the relationship and how it came to. But I just want to like just touch on like what the 96 Bulls was about for us. And it's kind of just about like our legacy and building team around us and just understanding how great we can be if we're together.
And like just to have like that dynasty feel to build on the legacy, and 96 Bulls, one of the greatest teams of all time in basketball. So just about like every championship, every dynasty goes through adversity, you know what I mean? And that's exactly what we feel like our career is. And we just keep rising. Dreezus has been our dog for a very long time. We first met him back in 2016. And our relationship has grown since then. He shows mad love to us. We show mad love to him. Nothing but love and respect. And we were just in the studio one day with him, and yeah, that's what came out.
Yeah, and it was actually Boogie the Beat. So shout out Boogie. Boogie the Beat produced that, sent it to us in the studio. It was supposed to be a Jesus track for his record or whatever. And we liked it so much that we're like, yo, man, we're gonna have to put this in our album. So he gave us a song. He gave us a song, and we're just gonna have to owe him one back.
When you guys record, are you guys writing in the studio, or do you come to the studio with a verse written kind of thing?
We wrote that one in the studio.
Nice.
So we got that. Yeah, we did that all from scratch.
Gotta love the spontaneity, man. Well, listen, congratulations to you guys again for everything. You're making Canada proud, the whole country proud, man. So keep kicking ass.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, man, 100%. And the new track's going to drop on the 24th. So we'll have links for everybody to go check it out.